Hello, hello. We're live. We're live at a different time this week. Sean is waylaid. He's on a mission, not a space mission, just a mission. And I've got a really good start tomorrow because we're doing the Welsh, which is a fantastic event down in Wales. I'll tell you a story about the Welsh if you're going to listen. Basically, when the pandemic happened, a good friend of mine, a hypnotist here in the UK, Jason and Nobby Morgan, kind of really helped me out a little bit, and then asked me if I would live stream an event that he does, an off-roading event. And it's, do you know what? Talk about outside your comfort zone, but absolutely love it. And that is this weekend, the closest thing to a holiday that I absolutely get. And it is a weekend in a tent in Wales where we live stream this event. The team involved in it are absolutely phenomenal. So really looking forward to that. Some stuff that is cool. This weekend is the Pacific Northwest Hypnosis Conference. Let me just bring up my list of stuff. Pacific Northwest Conference, that is happening this weekend. If you're in that area, go check it out. That's Anthony Gitch. Does a great job of that. And again, this is the first one since the passing of Jim, obviously. And so it'd be good to see the support of that. It's a really nice local conference around that area. And it's been nice. I know some of the people that go there came down to PHS, which was really good to see. And again, real sense of community, some great people. Do check that out. And I do plan on trying to get to that, possibly next year. This year I couldn't do it. Let's just bring on. If you ordered a Sean from Temu, do you have Temu over
there? Oh, that hurts. No good deed goes unpunished, Grant. You know
exactly. That thing I was testing out. So I was trying something else out on TikTok earlier today. And some agency said I had to do some kind of battle on a live, and I turned up and I've no idea what I was doing, Brian. But it was what it was. I've no idea. I think the other person I was supposed to be battling wasn't there, so it wasn't meant to be.
That's why I didn't get a link. For whatever reason, my Google Chrome needed an update, and so when your messages came through, it was just showing a blank, hey, it's Grant Saunders, and it's still loading. And I finally just went, all right, pop this thing. And you're like, I reloaded it. I saw Hypno News live on the Performing Hypnosis Summit group. And I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. And there was like, Sean's off. Do you want to, I'm like, and then I went, all right, we'll just see what happens. And then, here comes Temu Sean.
Temu Sean. That is now your new name.
Oh God! Now I'm gonna have to start making Trump tariffs comments and everything, because we didn't have enough maple syrup to do the exchange with metrics with Sean and everything like that. So you guys are stuck with me. Oh, are you sending me something that I'm gonna laugh at? Like,
I'm changing your name at the bottom of the screen to Temu Sean. Sean is in the comment section. There we go. We've gone a little bit earlier this week because, like I say, Sean couldn't make the usual time, and I've got to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning for this Welsh off-roading thing.
You were telling me about that. That looks like a lot of fun.
Oh, it really is, and do you know what? It's great to have the group of people involved in it who have all got like massive skill sets in their own lives, and they all come together. And if we were charging for the service, it would be multiple tens of thousands of pounds for the production that goes into this event. But instead, everyone kind of goes, "Oh, I've got some stuff. I've got this. I've got that," and it's turned into this massive production, and we all kind of do it because weirdly, we love to be in a muddy field in Wales where, to quote the British Weather Report, this weekend, England will be under a 400-mile wall of rain. And so that's the time when we go, let's get the tent out. Let's get all this electrical equipment. and let's go play in a field in a quarry. So that's what we're doing.
There's no lightning in the forecast because I see this ending very badly.
Oh, a couple of years ago, it was bizarre. So each driver has like a co-pilot as such with a map so that they know how to get around the course.
Oh, like the navigator.
Yeah. Last year, now bear in mind, these trucks are specifically modified to go over this terrain.
Oh, yeah.
This is not hypnosis related, but I will make it hypnosis related. These machines are modified to go over this terrain. There is no road to it. Like my Jag gets to the bottom field and then that's it. Then I'm picked up in a big 4x4 and took up the hill. You can't get to some of this stuff. You are going up the side of mountains, and some of it's almost vertical. Some of these trucks go up. One of the co-pilots, the navigators, the driver realised that he'd not heard like his co-pilot say anything for a couple of minutes, looked over, he was dead. The guy died in the truck. He'd had a heart attack or something. But then to try and get that air ambulance and all of these people there was a nigh on impossibility. They managed to get the defibs on him at the side of the thing, brought him back to life. And it's bonkers. But yeah, it's crazy what goes on there, but it is brilliant. And the catering they've got there is the dodgiest food I've ever eaten in my entire life. But to circle it back and make
I don't want to hear another complaint or anything about you riding in the car with me when I'm driving. There was black ice on the road, and we all lived. We hit soft snow, and we were fine.
I'll say this. I've been back to the Welsh maybe 3 or 4 times since I first started doing them. I don't know if I'd get back in the truck with you. The stuff that they do is crazy.
You can come visit in the summertime. It's nice. There's dry pavement. We're not going to get in trouble.
Exactly. So yeah, making it background hypnosis related. What's interesting is lots of people that are there. There's 2 hypnotists that both myself and Nobby, we're involved in it. There's a guy that sells yachts involved in it. There's lots of people that do different things. And it's about the skill sets you've got in your normal life, in your day-to-day work, and they all bring that to that. And there's lots of us that are hypnotists, hypnotherapists, speakers, coaches, whatever it is we do. We've got some skills that are transferable that we can actually have fun with and help other people, that then just grows our skill set even more so. And so my live streaming is so much better because of doing that with those guys.
Yeah, and I was joking with you earlier. We were on the phone just playing phone tag, and I was like, "You guys, it's like someone comes up. This you've heard of girl math with some of the most obscene, obnoxious, out of this world logic. This is guy math for the tech people, which is." I have a skill set that's very, very valuable, and I can market, like you said, tens of thousands of dollars. I'm going to spend money out of my own pocket to go buy the latest and greatest gear to increase the quality, to compete with my fellow enthusiast.
Yeah.
All for no charge. And I'm like, the math doesn't math there, but I'm hoping at least there's some type of I think I'm unfamiliar with your tax system.
Yeah, part of it is,
I'm hoping there's some sort of write-off or benefit.
Yeah, but I think, do you know what I want? If I want some new stuff, I'll think, I need that, and I can use that for the Welsh as well. So yeah,
anyway, I can justify this
exactly. So yeah, Pacific Northwest. That's your area, isn't it? Are you up that way?
Yeah.
Are you going to the conference?
I admittedly, I have not been in touch with Anthony, but I'm sure I could probably, if I hopped on the motorcycle and jammed down there, poked my head in, I'd be welcome with open arms.
Yeah.
If there's something that they needed help with or whatnot. I think I probably could make it a point to say hi and at least stop in. I was like, off the top of my head, I'm going, I don't know of any like off-road stuff that we're doing up this way. But,
I mean, you don't need an off-road event. You do your own off-roading when you want.
We stayed on the road, Grant.
Yeah. Only just. Yeah. It's Pacific Northwest. So again, great people there. Hypno Thoughts is coming up as well. Massive conference. I will not be at Hypno Thoughts this year, but it is a great one.
If you have an affinity of turning into human jerky walking outside because Las Vegas in the middle of summertime, but no, I've heard nothing but good things about Hypno Thoughts. Very, very big event, lots of networking, and again, I think it kind of I haven't been out there, but I imagine that it somewhat parallels PHS. That even if you and I think it's a little bit more geared towards the therapy side, but nonetheless, there's going to be presentations and stuff, and you'll learn there. But I think the bulk of the value is with any conference is getting out there, making the connections, building the relationships, and just networking. And it's not just handing out your card to every single person and hey, how can I blow a box of 500 cards out? But really getting to know people. Who are they about? Who do you gel with? Who's kind of on your wavelength and that you got chemistry with.
Absolutely. And Hypnosis Heroes. Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
How did it go?
It went. I think it went well. That's
just
Bob.
It's an old graphic, but the link still goes to the YouTube channel.
Yeah. We had our guest on. He was wonderful.
Who did you have on this week?
The name escapes me. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I'd have to go back and look. Oh God, it seems like it was
yesterday.
Yeah. I'm like, what did I have for breakfast this morning?
And what does that feel like?
Don't you do that shit again. Let's see. There was. Oh. There we go. We had Chuck DeBroder.
Nice.
He's a high performance coach. Did some stuff in the, as a former news broadcaster or weather guy, something like that. I remember those two things were discussed. But he and I kind of just started going back and forth.
Nice.
Little ADD got involved. We threw off on some tangents. Sean's kind of, pulling the rest of his hair out. I had fun. And then we kind of blinked and went, we started, I think 5:30 my time on the West Coast here.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was like, wow, we're coming up on 8 o'clock. So we were easily 2.5 hours into it. But we got to see some new people come in. Of course, Becca, super credit to her, stayed up until sweet Jesus 30 in the morning.
Wow.
She's been one of our loyal followers. So fingers crossed that she comes out to Vegas in January.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Speaking of Vegas in January, let's just pop it up. There we go. Speakers Submission is open. So get it in now. Especially with a lot of stage guys, we are entertainers. We don't know what our schedule is going to be like at that time, but get it in so it's in. We can tweak it around, and if closer to the time you need to move stuff, we can move stuff. But yeah, it's good to get it in, and we kind of know things on there.
Or if you put it in your calendar now that you want to be a speaker and you're chosen, we can at least get it blocked off on your calendar. There's a commitment, and obviously if there's an emergency or something that comes up, but ultimately we want to have as much advance notice so that we can be the best prepared that we can to support your presentations.
I will say this as well, especially taking time out as performers to come to conferences like this. because this is a niche within a niche. So it is very much laser focused on the performance side of things. But look at Tommy and Israel last year. They came out to PHS. The connection they made, they made with Tom Silver, and the connection they made was phenomenal. A true friend. And they've gone on to be licensed kind of resellers and retrainers of Tom Silver's stuff, which is absolutely incredible and a testament to what nice guys those guys are, as well as Tom Silver, but also a testament to the connections that you can make at these conferences. So
Yeah,
pop that
and
as well. The group booking is now available for your rooms as well. So last year we ran out of rooms, so get your room booked sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and again, everybody's schedule, your mileage is going to vary. What I did last year is I came in on, I think, middle of the day or early afternoon on a Wednesday, helped kind of get set up, and then we did the conference, and then I flew out. I think we flew out Wednesday or Thursday following, but we had some pre-conference training that we had to get set up for post-conference stuff that we had to keep an eye on that we were kind of generally responsible for. But take that time to, one, especially if you're coming out with different time zones, let your body readjust.
Mm-hmm.
Take some downtime to kind of decompress from traveling. Go out. What do you call it, Grant? Going for a mooch. Just a little walk around, explore the strip. There's plenty of stuff to see that doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of times what I found when I was just crunching the numbers is the extra couple days that I got and the difference in airfare were pretty comparable. And just not having that stress of trying to get in on a Thursday night and then leaving Vegas on a Sunday evening where everybody's trying to get out of home, get out of town to get back and hopefully in time to wash off their sins from the weekend. But
exactly,
I think, what was it? Jason O'Callaghan, he had downtime, and he went out and did one of those helicopter tours. He goes, "Oh yeah, we flew out to the Grand Canyon." I'm like, "Oh, you flew from Vegas to Arizona around the strip and everything." Joe Beth, we were able to, all the chips fell, kind of all of Jupiter's moons aligned. We were able to, take in a Golden Knights hockey game. And then Grant, you and I and the missus were able to just spend a day wandering pretty much the entire strip. And we got you In-N-Out Burger for the first time.
Exactly.
But
that's it. It's about creating new experiences, creating memories, creating connections. All of that is good stuff. I'll pop this up there as well. This is Hypno World Magazine. Great supporter of the conference. Dan is a great guy. Puts his own conference on as well in Detroit. That's a Michigan one. If you're not subscribed to this magazine, I urge everybody and anybody watching this, subscribe. It's a great piece of, it's a great magazine, and submit an article. Get yourself in print in that article. Once you're in print, you're an authority. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's and then I think this year, I imagine we'll probably follow a similar format. Being at Gold Coast was afforded us some different opportunities that I think were a little bit of an improvement over the Orleans for what we had going on. There was a little convenience store across the street that we can go grab snacks and things like that. So we weren't, just constantly paying, eating out prices. And when we needed something, they were there. We were close to the Bellagio and kind of the heart of the strip. So, a quick Uber ride and things like that. But I think this year we'll try to. I'm hoping that we can go see one of Kevin Lepine's shows.
Absolutely.
And then Catherine Hicklin has been just a huge supporter of us. The last 2 years, she's graciously invited a number of us out to her home and was able to do a performance for us, which was great.
Yeah, and Michael Charlotte as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that was my next thing. Is he's doing it, the past 2 years. He's done some type of a performance for us.
Yeah,
and as we go, we're tweaking and making adjustments, things like that. So yeah, I'm really excited that we might be able to have a kind of a variety of different field trips, if you will, that are not, specifically conference related. But yeah,
well, good stuff.
Get it sorted.
So if you know someone that you think should be there, then do give them a nudge. And I look forward to seeing people there. Michigan.
Would I be inappropriate in sharing an idea of one of our speakers that we're trying to coordinate to come out? If that might generate some interest?
I don't know.
Or should we something along the lines of more along the administrative portion of your of owning a hypnosis business?
I mean, yeah, of course, yeah. Plug away.
Yeah. So a good friend of mine, his name is Brent Arnold from Templar Financial. So he's a U.S. Navy veteran, and I still like him anyway. # Go Army Beat Navy. He's really one of the most intelligent and kind individuals that I know, and very, very successful in what he does. So the hope is that we can, last year I talked to a handful of people and just kind of took their temperature and got their thoughts about having somebody who's in the financial planning and wealth management industry, and who also is very familiar with business planning and kind of structuring things. So hopefully that's another tool that we can offer as a resource. Again, we're not selling anything, but if we can coordinate that, I've had conversation with him, and he's expressed his desire to help.
Yeah, it's one of the important things from this, that the networking and all that lot is fantastic. But I want people, or we want people to come away with real tangible skills, whether that's their show that's improved or their business that is improved. But we want people going away with something that kind of goes, do you know what? I need to go back to that one because that's the value I got from it. It's okay just going to these things and meeting friends and chatting and all of these things, but your business needs to get real value from it. Your show needs to get better. Your business needs to get better. So having him on board is going to be a great.
And the law firm what kind of spurred this idea is the law firm that I worked at with the attorney. We found that there are people in the different trades, whether you're in construction or whatever the case may be. You're great at what you do, but their weak point is the administrative stuff. So when you're dealing with Department of Labor and Industries, or there's a tax issue or an accounting thing, they go, oh my God, I don't want to spend, or I don't want to invest a couple $1,000s setting up a proper business structure, a business plan, or an operating agreement. And then all of a sudden they go, oh my God, they're coming after us for $180,000 US because I screwed something up. And now you've got to pay the law firm, $15,000, $20,000 to try to undo that.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And then you're dealing with whatever fallout is left. And it's like, look, and usually it would be about a year, 18 months that someone would call us and we go, hey, here's what we can. Oh, no, I don't need to do that. I've got a friend that can do it cheaper. Yeah. Like, okay. And they go, hey, I talked to you about a year and a half ago, and I'm kind of in, my nuts are in a sling and I'm kind of crushed in a vice right now, and I need help. And we go, all right. yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So I think it's giving people, it's a good value add for people to give thought to how to structure their business and how to leverage, write-offs and incorporate utilize your business to, you want to incorporate travel with a little bit of a vacation, tie a little bit of business into it. You can have the company, at least on paper, pay for that adventure.
Cool. Right, that's it from us this week. Who's your next? Do you know who your next guest is on Hypnosis Heroes?
Oh God,
I keep throwing you the bus tonight, don't I?
I believe Jo Beth Bowers.
Nice.
If it's not next week, it's the week after, depending on his schedule. But that's the name that I remember coming up. So really excited to hear from him. He did a phenomenal presentation last year, and I would anticipate him coming back and speaking again.
Yeah.
So
I think Joe Beth's already put his submission in. Yeah, brilliant. And for those that are interested, on the website, all of last year's speakers are on the website. So if you do want to download those, they're on there. So yeah, that's fantastic. That's it. Take care, Brian. Have a great week. Thank you for jumping on.
Not a problem. We'll see you again.
See you later. Bye-bye.